Hello and welcome to another JIRA administration tutorial. In this tutorial, I am going to talk about the JIRA Global permissions and how you can list the JIRA Global permission and then determine which users have what global permission and then change the global permission. So there will be a couple of tutorials in this global permission series, and this will explain you the JIRA Global permission in detail, and it will clarify some of the very common doubts that people have around JIRA Global permissions or JIRA project permission. So to get started, I will just give a bit of clarification or explanation around what JIRA Global permission can do. So JIRA Global permission controls what a particular group of users can do system-wide. So it's a JIRA system-wide permission. However, if we talk about the JIRA project permission, it's the specific permission within the project. So what a particular user or group of users can do within a project is JIRA project permission. And if we talk about the JIRA global permission, it's about what a group of users can do system-wide. Now we'll also talk about who can grant these permissions. So usually JIRA administrators and JIRA system administrators are the one who can grant the JIRA global permission to the user. So you need to be JIRA admin to do these changes or settings. So let's get started and see where you can find the JIRA global permission. So since I'm logged in as the administrator at the moment, I have the administration access. In the right hand side, I can see the cogwheel. If you click on that and click on system, in the system you will have the security section, and below security section you have global permissions. So if you just click on global permissions, it will redirect you to the global permissions page, or these are the permissions that are available to the group of users system-wide, and we'll discuss what all users or what all groups have which global permission access. The other shortcut is you just press the full stop and then start typing in global permission. It will redirect you to the same page, global permission page. Now in the global permission page, you can see what all JIRA permissions are there. So you have the permissions JIRA system administrator, JIRA administrator, then you have the permission for browse users, create shared objects, manage group filter, bulk change. So these are the global permissions available in the JIRA. Now what is the difference between JIRA system administrators and JIRA administrators? So at the moment, if you see the groups, JIRA administrator group is assigned to both of these particular roles. So JIRA system administrator permission is allocated to JIRA administrator group, and JIRA administrator group is also associated with JIRA administrators permission. There is a difference between JIRA administrators and JIRA system administrators. So what JIRA administrators cannot do and system administrators can do is basically system administrators can set up import, export, SMTP configuration, etc. So if there is any configuration required for the network or connectivity, those sort of activities, those sort of roles are segregated and sort of divided and allocated to the system administrator if your JIRA instance is for the large organization, and it makes sense to keep that segregation and not have just one set of people to configure each and everything, including the network. So that is why JIRA system administrator role comes in picture, or permission comes in picture. And in the JIRA administrator, you can do all the JIRA administration tasks. So let's in this tutorial, let's see how we can create another group, which is JIRA system administrators, and then assign users to the JIRA system administrators group, and then associate that group with this JIRA system administrators permission. And then eventually we'll remove the JIRA administrators group from this access and then see what is the difference between JIRA administrator and JIRA system administrator permissions within the JIRA. So let's go to the groups first. So we'll just type the shortcut and under administrator go to groups. So at the moment you can see that we have JIRA software users, service desk users, administrators, core users, and a couple of other groups which are coming from the LDAP. I'll create another group, JIRA system administrator. Alright, and then I'll add this group. Okay, so now you can see the JIRA system administrators group got added and it doesn't have any of the users in there. So what I'll do is I'll click on edit members and I'll add the members. So I'll add myself there. So I am now the part of JIRA administrator as well as JIRA system administrators as well, and then I'll add another user as well. So let me see what all users are available and then we'll add some of the users. So let's add M. Kumar and M. Patel as well. Alright, so now we have 3 users in the group JIRA system administrator. So we'll go back to the groups again and see that we have 3 users in the system administrators group. Now let's see what all application access these users have. So basically when we allocate the users to any new group, we have to also check what all application access these users have, because if they don't have application access, then they won't be able to access any of the applications. So I'll just type in the shortcut, so application access, and here you can see that JIRA system administrator doesn't have access to any of the applications. So that group doesn't have access to any of the application. So any user in that particular group won't be able to access the application if that user is not part. So for example, B. Kumar, M. Kumar and M. Patel are part of the JIRA software users group, so that's why they'll be able to access JIRA software. However, so here you can see that M. Kumar is part of the JIRA software users group, so he will be able to access JIRA software. But otherwise, if those users, the users that you have added in the JIRA system administrator group, they won't be able to access any of the application unless and until you provide the access or application access to the users. Alright, so I've reached the license limit here. So I've added the users in the application access. Now let's go back to the global permissions, and now what I'll do is I'll allocate that particular group. So I'll allocate JIRA system administrators permission with JIRA system administration group, and now you can see the JIRA system administrators group has been associated with JIRA system administrators global permission. Now I'll go ahead and delete JIRA administrators group from JIRA system administrators permission, and now you can see that JIRA system administrator permission, the group associated with that is JIRA system administrators, which has 3 users that we have added. So if you click on view users, you can see these are the 3 users that we have added just now. So I've added myself, M. Kumar, M. Patel, and they'll have JIRA system administrators permission, and then JIRA administrators group has access to JIRA administrator permission. which is just me at the moment. Now what I'll do is, in order to show you the difference between the JIRA administrators and JIRA system administrators permission level, I'll add one more users to the JIRA administrators group, because I'm the part of JIRA system admin and JIRA admin both groups, so I'll have similar sort of access. So I'll add the new user. So I'll go to the groups, and in the JIRA administrators group I'll click on edit members, and let me add another member to the group. I'll say LXB, and then add LXB as the JIRA administrators. Now LXB is a member of the JIRA administrators and not member of the JIRA system administrators. So if we see now, so JIRA administrators, we have 2 users there, and JIRA system administrators has 3 users. Among these 3 users, I am the common member of JIRA administrators and JIRA system administrators, and LX is member of JIRA administrator but not member of the JIRA system administrator. However, M Patel and M Kumar are member of the JIRA system administrator and not JIRA administrator. Now let's log out and see what difference or what system level access does JIRA system administrator user has and JIRA administrator user has, right? So JIRA system administrator will have access to all these mail settings, incoming, outgoing mail settings. So any sort of network related configuration or email SMTP configuration is access will be available to JIRA system administrator and not the JIRA administrator. So let me log off and log in again as JIRA administrator, which is LXB first, and then see what system level access LXB has as a JIRA administrator. Right. So now I'm logged in as JIRA LXB, and you can see I have the access to administration section because cogwheel is available in the right hand side. If I click on that and go to the system menu, re-enter the administrator password, and now I'll close all these reindex messages. So now if you notice on the system configuration page, under the system support, now you are getting very limited number of options to configure. So system info, JMX monitoring and audit log. Also, if you go to the outgoing mail configuration, it's sort of disabled, so he can't, as Alex is the JIRA administrator, he can't configure SMTP server. Now let us log in as JIRA system administrator and see what all options are available for the system administrator. So I'll log in again as M Kumar, who is JIRA system administrator, and click on the cogwheel, go to the system menu, re-enter the admin password, and if you notice in the system support in the left hand side, now you have a lot many options available for the system administrator. And if you go to the mail settings or outgoing mail, you can see that M Kumar as a system administrator or JIRA system administrator has access to configure new SMTP mail server as compared to the JIRA administrator LXB, who wasn't able to access the configuration of the SMTP mail server. So that's a bit of introduction about the global permission in JIRA, and in this tutorial we have discussed 2 global permissions, JIRA system administrators and JIRA administrators. Then we have created a new group as JIRA system administrators, added some users in JIRA system administrators group, Then I've allocated that group to the JIRA System Administrator permission. Then I have also added some users in JIRA Administrators group and allocated those to JIRA Administrators permission. Then we have logged into JIRA instance using JIRA System Administrator user or permission, and then saw the differences between the JIRA Administrator access level and configuration settings, as well as JIRA System Administration configuration and access level. So that's pretty much all about the JIRA System Administrator and JIRA Administrator permissions, global permission for this tutorial. I'll cover more JIRA permission or global permission schemes in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching.